Alright, so let us start. Let us start with the questions of the average due date chapter from all the RTPs. ठीक है, let us start with question number 1 please. काफ़ी simple question है. Let us start. Compute the average due date from the following information. ठीक है. So we got 5 different bills. There is 1st of March, 10th of March, 5th of April, 23rd of April, and 10th of May. And then we got different type of terms of different types of bills. ठीक है. And then we have the amount. So as I said, my main job is to start by arranging these bills in the order of due dates. Now the ICI has not done that, but whenever we have solved questions in our classrooms, we have always arranged all the bills in the ascending order. This is nothing but for operational ease, because it's easier to find number of days from the base date if the bills are arranged. Having said that, it's not compulsory. तुम्हारा आंसर तो वही आने वाला है. ठीक है. So let us first find all these due dates. 1st of March plus 2 months. So 1st of April, 1st of May, and plus 4 days of plus 3 days of grace. It is 4th of May. 10th of March plus 3 months. So April, May, June plus 3, 13 June. ठीक है. 5th April plus 2, May and June. So 8th of June. Then we have 23rd April plus 1, 23rd of May. That is plus 3 days, 26th of May. And then we have 10th of May plus 2 months, June and July. So 13th of July. These are my due dates. If you are solving as per our method, then the first bill is going to be 8th of June. No, sorry, it is going to be 26th of May. So 26th of May, sorry, 4th of May. So 4th of May is first, second is 26th of May, third is going to be 8th of June, fourth is going to be 13th of June, and last is going to be 13th of July. And this is how we need to order the bills, and then the process is very simple. ठीक है. So what the ICI has done, the ICI has not arranged in the order of the ascending order, but their answers will obviously remain the same. That is because here in the number of days column, it is easier to compute number of days if we have arranged in the order of the ascending order of the dates. So one column is going to be for all these due dates, that is normal. Amounts will come from the respective amounts of the bills. If you are ordering as per the ascending order, please correspond the correct amount in front of the correct bills. And then last is the product column, that is nothing but the number of days into my amount. बराबर. ये सब कंप्यूट करने के बाद you will have to compute the average due date. That is, average due date is equal to base date. The base date is the earliest date, appears to be 4th of May. That is 4th of May plus the difference or the sum of the product upon sum of the amounts, and that equals to plus 35 days. 4th of May plus 35 days. So first we have to travel. We have to travel for 27 days of May, and 35 में से if 27 are gone, 8 days are remaining, because of which the due date is obviously coming to 8th of June. ठीक है. To compute number of days, let's take a simple example. A couple of dates we'll compute, बाद में it's all on the calculators. So for example, ये 40 कैसे आया रहेगा? So 4th of May से लेकर 13th of June. First we will travel for 27 days of May, that is 31 days minus 4 days, that is 27 days, and 27 days of May के बाद 13 more days. So 27 plus 13 appears to be 40. Let us see ये 22 कैसे आया रहेगा. 26 May के बाद we'll travel for 4th of May. So 26th May minus the base date of 4th May is nothing but 22 days, and well, that is it. This is how you compute number of days. Once you get number of days, simply multiply with the amount, and we will get the product. Base date plus sum of the product upon sum of the amount will be number of days away from the base date, and we will get the due date as 8th of June. Very simple question. You can't invest time on sums like this, at least before the exams. I am not telling पढ़ना नहीं है, पढ़ना है, but then do not invest time on these sums at least one day before the exam, because there's nothing interesting in this question. Chala, let's go ahead with question number 2. This question is from the November 18 RTP, and the previous question was from, अच्छा mention नहीं किया है मैंने, अच्छा mention किया है, RTP of May 18. ठीक है. May 18 RTP is gone. Now we'll come to November 18's RTP. ठीक है. Let us start. Mehnaz accepted the following bills drawn by Shehnaz. ठीक है, so Shehnaz is the drawer, Mehnaz is the drawee. ठीक है, on 8th March 4,000 for 4 months, 16th March 5,000 for 3 months, 7th April 6,000 for 5 months, and 17th May is 5,000 for 3 months. This is how the amounts are given and the duration is given. ठीक है. Now this is something interesting. So this kind of question is what you all need to revise on the last date, because ये जो last para है वो काफ़ी interesting है, ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे. He wants to pay all the bills on a single day. Now ADD is a concept where no interest is payable by the receiver, no interest is payable or even received or payable by receiver or the lender, जो borrower or lender as the case is. लेकिन अगर इसको डिले करना है पेमेंट को, देन पेमेंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट हैज़ टू बी डन. अगर ड्यू डेट के पहले पे किया देन इंटरेस्ट का डिस्काउंट मिल जाता होगा. ठीक है. ही वॉन्ट्स टू मेक द पेमेंट ऑन अ सिंगल डे. ठीक है. फाइंड आउट दिस डेट. ठीक है. इंटरेस्ट इज चार्ज एट 18% per annum and Mehnaz wants to save 157 by way of interest. Compute the date on which he has to effect the payment to save interest of 157. Now ये 157 कहाँ से आया? This is not our question. उसको सेव करना है तो सेव कर, अपने को लुकआउट क्या है, उसको 157 क्यों सेव करना है, 157 ही क्यों सेव करना है, ये उसका लुकआउट है, नॉट आवर लुकआउट. सो सपोज द ड्यू डेट इज एक्स. Suppose the due date is X. If the payment has been done on this due date, then कोई भी पार्टी को इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा, कोई भी पार्टी को इंटरेस्ट पे भी नहीं करना पड़ेगा. If the payment is done beyond this date, then the payer has to make some interest का payment. If the payment is done before this date, then in that case he will get a discount because I am making the payment before the due date. बराबर. सो माई कॉन्सेप्ट इन दिस क्वेश्चन इज फाइंड द ड्यू डेट एंड देन जितना भी नंबर ऑफ डेज अपने को आंसर आएगा टू सेव इंटरेस्ट ऑफ 157, उसका एडजस्टमेंट करके वी विल हैव टू प्रीपोन द पेमेंट बिकॉज ही इज गोइंग टू सेव द अमाउंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. ठीक है. फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट, लेट अस फर्स्ट फाइंड द ड्यू डेट्स. 8th March प्लस 4 months, सो अप्रैल, मई, जून, जुलाई. ठीक है. एंड 8 + 3 is 11th, सो 11th of July. 16th March plus 3 months, April, May, June. 16 + 3 19, so 19th of June. ठीक है. 7th April plus 5 months, so May, June, July, August, September, so 10th of September. And 17 May plus 3 months is June, July, August, so 20th of August. These are my respective due dates for the bills that is drawn. So as per our method we will arrange them as per the due dates, and as per ICI's method they will obviously keep it in the same order. Answers will not change. ठीक है. So let us have the format here. Due dates are 11, 19, 10, 20. 11, 19, 10, 20 is correct. Amounts obviously I will take of the respective bills. Earliest date is going to be I think 16th of March. So this is going to be the base date. As per our method we will be starting with 16th. That is the base date. Sorry, अपना ड्यू डेट चाहिए. सॉरी मैंने क्या सिलेक्ट कर लिया. बेस डेट टू बी द अर्लीस्ट डेट, सो दैट अपीयर्स टू बी 19th of June. ठीक है. सो अपना ऑर्डर विल बी 19th of June, देन वी विल हैव 11th of July, देन वी विल हैव 20th August, देन वी विल हैव 10th of September in the order of the ascending order of the dates. ठीक है. देन नंबर ऑफ डेज इज नॉर्मल. लेट अस हैव वन एग्जाम्पल. वील टेक एग्जाम्पल कि 62 कैसे आया. ठीक है. ये कैसे आया रहेगा. बेस डेट तुम्हारा है 19th of June, so I'll have to travel for 11 days of June, then I will travel for 31 days of July, and I will travel for 20 days of August. So 11 plus 31 is 42, 42 plus 20 is 62, and that is how ये कैसे आया. बराबर. मैंने एक का एग्जाम्पल दिया है, अदर्स यू कैन डू ऑन द कैलकुलेटर. एंड देन वी हैव द नॉर्मल प्रोसेस, दैट इज द बेस डेट. किधर गया. हाँ, द बेस डेट plus the total of product upon total of the amount, and it comes to 44.8, that is 45 days. And how do you arrive at this date? 45 days is away from the base date. तुम्हारा base date था 19th of June. So first I will travel for 11 days. Okay, let me use a proper pen. 11 days to travel towards the end of June. then you will travel for 31 days towards the end of July. अपन ने 31 plus 11 that is 42 days travel कर लिया है out of 45 days. So 3 days are remaining. So 3 days more of the next month, that is August, and that is how you get due date of 3rd of August. This is a normal sum where we have simply found out the due date. Now is the interesting part. Now if the payment, understand very clearly, if the payment is made on this date, then neither will Mehnaz or Shehnaz, कौन है नाम इनके, हाँ, neither will Mehnaz nor will Shehnaz pay or receive any interest because this is the average due date. इसमें किसी का फायदा किसी का नुकसान नहीं है. That is the concept of ADD. Nobody will pay interest, nobody will receive interest. Now who wants to avoid interest? It is Mehnaz. Mehnaz is the borrower. ठीक है, अभी उसको अगर इंटरेस्ट बचाना है तो ही विल हैव टू पे बिफोर, बराबर. अभी वो कितना डेज बिफोर पे करना है उसके लिए वर्किंग करना पड़ेगा. नाउ सम नंबर ऑफ डेज, ठीक है, इफ द पेमेंट इज प्रीपोन्ड बाय एक्स नंबर ऑफ डेज, then what is the total amount of borrowing? 4 and 5, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 5, 20. ठीक है, 20,000 के ऊपर 18% is the interest on some number of days upon 365 has to be equal to 157 ना. 157 is the interest. कोई तो number of days ऐसा होगा, if it is preponed by, then this amount will come. Normally it is we who find 157 and days are given. अभी उल्टा है. So if they have given the answer itself, there has to be some number of days which satisfies this equation. Once I get this figure, इतना दिन उसको prepone करना पड़ेगा because he is wanting to save interest. बराबर. If he delays the payment by X number of days, he will have to pay interest. तो उसको 157 बचाना है, so he'll have to prepone the amount of interest. ये जो भी X का आंसर आएगा वो ड्यू डेट से पहले अपन माइनस करेंगे and we will get the amount as that date पे payment has to be made in order to save interest of 157. ठीक है, let us start the calculation. As I said, 20,000 into 18% is 3600. So that is as good as saying 20,000 into 18% into x upon 365 is equal to 157. Solve for x. What they have done is they have done 3,600 into y upon 365. That 3600 is 20,000 into 18%, so it means the same thing. Solve for x, take all numbers on one side, take x on the other side, and the answer comes to these many days or these days. As I said, 16 days के बाद payment होगा, तो he will have to pay 157 as interest, but he wants to save it, so he has to prepone the amount, prepone the payment so that he saves rupees 157. So we'll have to now go reverse. That is why this question is important for last day revision, because this is something unique. Upon very rarely we go behind, barabar. So from the due date of 3rd of August we have to go 16 days behind. So August का 3 दिन तो अपन माइनस करेंगे. So out of that now 13 days will remain. August के पहले it is July. July has 31 days. 31 days में से I'll subtract 13. I will reach 18th and that is the due date. Which means if the payment is done on 3rd of August, no interest has to be paid, no interest has to be received. If the payment is made on 18th of July, that is 16 days before the due date, he will end up saving 157 as interest. And this is something new in the question. So search for these type of sums to revise on last day before the exam, because this is not something regular. अगर तुमने easy sum revise नहीं किया तो आपको exam में वो याद आएगा. But this is something different. You all need to revise these kind of sums before the exam so that if such concepts come in the exam, तुमको वो exam में याद आएगा. ठीक है? This is how you all need to solve questions of this type. ठीक है, अपना क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 हो गया एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 भी हो गया. इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन वी विल नाउ स्टार्ट विद क्वेश्चन नंबर the many RTPs. ठीक है, so let us solve this question. It is coming from May 19 का RTP. Looks to be very simple because I've got transaction date, I've got the amount as well, and I've got these due dates as well. And as you can see, the due dates are already arranged in ascending order. तो अपना काम आधा हो गया. So we'll just make a table. We have number of days from the due date. Due date appears, number of days from the base date. The base date appears to be April 08 because that is the earliest date, and number of days will then be computed, and then we simply use the formula to find the due date. Nothing interesting in this sum. अपन quickly करेंगे इसको. These are my due dates already in the order. Number of days, we'll just do one computation of these number of days. So let us travel from 8th April to 13th of June. Okay, कैसे करेंगे? I will travel 22 days of the month of April to reach April 30. Then I will reach 31 days. I will travel for 31 more days for March. For May, and then I will add 13 days to reach June. 22 plus 31 is 53. 53 plus 13 is equal to 66, and this is how this number is arrived at. And same computation for 40 or 93 as the case is. Simply multiply both these numbers, and the due date is the base date, that is the earliest date, plus 63,350 upon 1175, that comes to 54 days approximately. कैलसी भी अपन कर लेते चलो. 63,350 divided by 1175 appears to be 53.9, that is 54 days. How to travel to 1st of June? How to travel to 1st of June? चलो 54 days travel करना है from 8th of April. I will first travel, अरे गलत पेन आ गया. I will first travel for 22 days of April, then I will travel for 31 days of May. अपना 53 days travel हो चुका है, 13 days बाकी है from 8th April. नहीं, 13 days, 22 days of April, 31 days 53, हाँ तो 13 days बाकी है अपना. तो 1st of June, something is wrong. What is the number of days? 54 days ना. तो मुझे आई हैव ट्रैवल फॉर मोर नंबर ऑफ डेज. सॉरी, अच्छा हो गया. तो फर्स्ट आई विल ट्रैवल फॉर 22 डेज टू रीच द एंड ऑफ अप्रैल. देन अपना कितना डेज बाकी है ट्रैवल करने के लिए? आउट ऑफ 54 डेज 22 इज गॉन, तो मुझे सिर्फ 32 डेज और ट्रैवल करना है, आउट ऑफ विच आई विल ट्रैवल 31 डेज फॉर द मंथ ऑफ May, and then I will travel for one more day, that is 1st of June, and my due date is the 1st of June. ठीक है, ये अपना हो गया क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, and that is from May 19th RTP. Sorted. We will now go to the next question number 4. We will not solve this question because this is a repeat of the previous questions, Mehnaz and Shehnaz. आपने ये just पहले ही किया है. As you can see in question number 2, Mehnaz and Shehnaz, ये अपन ने solve किया हुआ है. It is exact same, it's repetition, so I will not solve this question, which means I will then go ahead to the next question number 5. ये सब तुम्हारा dates भी same है, 3rd August, 18 July, सब dates पूरा question ही same है अपना. So we will not solve this question, which means I will solve the next question, and this question is from RTP May 20. ठीक है, इसके बाद I think account current starts. That means this is the last question of ADD from the past RTPs. Let us start. Kiran had accepted bills payable to Hina, okay, falling due on different dates. Obvious reason, ठीक है. The details of the bills are as follows. Amount is 3,000, duration is 4 months, then amount is 5,500 for 3 months, 3,000 for 6 months, and 6,000 for 3 months, and so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bills. ठीक है, let us compute due dates now only. 9th April plus 4 months is May, June, July, August, so appears to be 12th of August. ठीक है, 18th April plus 3 months, May, June, July, 21st of July. 25th May plus 6 months, so June, July, August, September, October. October is 6 months, June, July, August, September, October. ठीक है, 5 months. October, November, so 28th of November, and 5th June and 3 months, so July, August, September, so 8th of September. As per our format, we will arrange 21st July as first, 12th August as second, 8th September as third, and 28th November as fourth. ICI उसको ऑर्डर नहीं करता है, बट अपने को उसको ऑर्डर करना है फॉर ईज इन कंप्यूटेशन ऑफ नंबर ऑफ डेज. ठीक है, so we have 1st July. It's agreed that these bills, interesting, okay, this is also important, again something different from the regular questions. 1st July, it's agreed that these bills would be withdrawn, that is cancelled, ठीक है, would be withdrawn, and Kiran should accept on that day 2 bills, one for 10,000 due in 4 months and the other for the balance with interest due in 6 months. Interesting. Compute the amount of second bill taking interest as 10%, and we'll take 365 days in the year 1819. So this is also something unique. It is not found in regular questions. So this is also something that you guys have to revise on the last date. That is why I mentioned the RTP series for you guys is very important, because these are, now this is not something which is conceptually new. It is only mathematical, but कुछ तो नया है क्वेश्चन के अंदर. So it is very important for you guys to go through all the questions and all the chapters of the past RTP so that you don't have any surprises in the exam. अब ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कैसे करेंगे? टेक्निकली वी हैव टू फर्स्ट फाइंड द ड्यू डेट्स ऑफ ऑल और द एवरेज ड्यू डेट ऑफ ऑल दीज 4 bills. If the payment is done on this due date, neither of the party pays interest, neither of the party receives interest. लेकिन now I am drawing, okay, total तुम्हारा कितना है? This appears to be 6 and 6 12, 17,500. ठीक है. Now 10,000 का due date is going to be something else, and the balance 7,500 का due date is going to be something else. 10,000 का due date is going to be 4 months from 1st of July. So August, September, October, November appears to be 4th of November. And ये जो second bill है इसका due date will be in 6 months. So 1st of July के बाद 2 months more. So it is going to be 4th of Jan. ठीक है. 10,000. Now whatever is the due date that we get from this calculation, 10,000 is going to be paid beyond the due date and 7,500 is also going to be paid beyond the due date. So 10,000 के लिए interest X आएगा, 7,500 के interest Y आएगा, and this X interest and this Y interest will be added to the second bill and a fresh bill will be drawn. ये अपना हो गया concept. बराबर. नाउ वी विल डिस्कस दिस थ्रू सॉल्यूशंस ताकि तुम्हारा डाउट सब क्लियर होगा इफ देयर आर एनी डाउट्स. सो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इज दैट ड्यू डेट के बाद पेमेंट होने वाला है, बट इन अ ग्रेजुअल वे. सो आधे के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट आएगा फॉर डिफरेंट नंबर ऑफ डेज एंड द रिमेनिंग आधे के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट आएगा फॉर डिफरेंट नंबर ऑफ डेज. दिस इज व्हाट मेक्स द क्वेश्चन डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अ रेगुलर क्वेश्चन. सो इट इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन फॉर लास्ट डे रिविजन. ठीक है. ऑल सेट. लेट अस स्टार्ट. वी हैव द कॉलम्स ऑफ ड्यू डेट, नंबर ऑफ डेज, बेस डेट एंड योर प्रोडक्ट एज वेल एज यूजुअल. ठीक है. सो द ड्यू डेट्स आर एज वी हैव डन 12, 21, 28, 8. 12, 21, 28, 8. ठीक है. ये अपना हो गया ड्यू डेट्स. देन वी हैव द रिस्पेक्टिव अमाउंट्स. प्लीज करस्पॉन्ड द रिस्पेक्टिव अमाउंट्स. Please correspond the respective amounts for the respective due dates. Don't get confused between if you have changed the order of the bills, so वो तुमको amount भी change करना है. So please be very careful if you guys are ordering the bills as per the ascending order. वरना तुम ऐसे solve कर सकते हो. ठीक है. So ये अपना आ गया due dates which we had already found out. ठीक है. Then we have the respective amounts as well. Then the earliest due date appears to be 21st of July. So this is going to be our base date. ठीक है. We'll do one example of how to compute number of days. Let's do example of 49 days. ठीक है. We have to travel to 8th of September from 21st of July. So I will travel for 10 days of July. ठीक है. Then I will travel for 31 days of August, and then I will travel for 8 days of September. 10 plus 31 is 41. 41 plus 8 is 49, and that is how you arrive at 49. Using same concept, we'll have to find out the other number of days which you guys can do on the calculators, and then you find the product, that is number of days into the amount, and we will get the product and we get total of amount as well. Then as usual, I'll find the due date, that is the base date of the earliest date, and plus 7,50,000 upon 17,500 appears to be 43 days. Let us compute 7,50,000 divided by 17,500 appears to be 42 point something, that is 43 days as round. ठीक है. How to travel 43 days? Let us start from the due date, I mean the base date, 21st of July. So I will first travel for 10 days to reach end of July. 33 days are remaining. I will then travel for 31 days to reach end of August. 41 days have been traveled out of 43 days, which means 2 days are left. That is how we arrive at 2nd of September as the due date. Now understand the relevance of 2nd of September very clearly. If the entire 17,500 amount is paid on the 2nd of September, then in that case neither will, क्या नाम है इन लोग के, किरण, neither will Kiran nor will Hina pay or receive any interest, because ये average due date है. No party will earn interest, no party will pay interest. Now the payment had to be done on 2nd of September in order to avoid interest altogether. लेकिन it is agreed to cancel all the bills, ठीक है, and draw 2 new bills, ठीक है, one for 10,000 due in 4 months, but bill draw कभी किया है 1st of July. So 10th of July का due date is, 10,000 का due date is 4th of November and balancing figure का due date is 2 months hence, that is 4th of Jan. बराबर. What is the due date? The due date was 2nd of September as we have just found out here. ठीक है. Now 10,000 का due date is going to be 4th of November. Now how far is 4th of November from 2nd of September? Can I say 28 days of September to travel till the end of September and plus 4 days of October, plus 30 days of October, plus 30 days of October to travel, 31 days of October, plus 31 days of October to travel to the end of October, and then plus 4 days because the due date is 4th. बराबर. So 28 plus 31 is 59, 59 plus 4 is 63. तो 63 days is the payment happening later. बराबर. So ये 10,000 के ऊपर I will charge 10% interest for 63 days out of 365 to compute the interest component. बराबर. This is what the sum must have done. Let us see what the sum must have done. The same thing. Due date is 2nd of September. 10,000 के ऊपर 1 minute. 10,000 के ऊपर 10% for 63 days comes to 172.6. ठीक है, ये अपना हो गया. पूरे अमाउंट में से 10,000 के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट कंपोनेंट बिकॉज द पेमेंट इज हैपनिंग लेट फॉर 10,000 कंटेंट. नाउ द बैलेंसिंग फिगर इज 7,500. ये 7,500 का ड्यू डेट इज 4th of Jan. How far is 4th of Jan from the original due date of 2nd September? I'll have to travel for 28 days of September. I'll travel for 31 days of October. I will travel for 30 days of November. I will travel for 31 days of December. And I will travel for 4 days of Jan. So 28 plus 31 plus 30 plus 31 plus 4 appears to be 124 days. This 124 days लेट पेमेंट की वजह से इंटरेस्ट आएगा. सो 7,500 के ऊपर 10% के हिसाब से 124 upon 365 will be the interest component. This interest component plus this interest component will be added in the second bill of 7,500 and it will be drawn on the drawing. Let us verify this. 7,500 is a balancing figure and 10% on 124 days comes to 254 and the fresh bill is going to be drawn along with interest. So 7,500 plus amount of interest ये वाला and then plus amount of interest ये वाला. This is the amount of the second bill drawn. So bill number 2 and bill number 1. So first bill is 10,000, second bill is 7,927. This is also something new. Not many sums in the study material are covering this type of questions where the payment has been done by cancelling the old bills and drawing fresh bills, and we have to compute the interest on different amounts because the due dates are different, and this is how the question is solved. And I think with this we have finished off the RTP series of average due date concept as well. ठीक है. In the next session we'll be starting with the revision video of account current, and then that will be followed by all the questions of account current that have been asked in the previous RTPs. ठीक है. See you guys in the second session or the next session rather, where we will start with account current. Alright, see you guys. Bye bye.